The tools needed for today's project is a 6mm Allen, 8mm Allen. If you do not have these in socket, you can also use it in a wrench. You'll need an open-ended wrench, if not 17mm. Also, 12mm, 10mm, 8mm, and a number 2 Phillips head. Thank you. Don't forget that Loctite.
Today we're going to be showing you how to install a NCY slammed front end kit for the Honda Ruckus. The slammed kit is quite a bit different than the regular kit, as it comes with lowered forks, a 200mm floating rotor, a 4-piston instead of a 2-piston caliper for greater stopping power. It comes with a different caliper mounting bracket, and everything else is pretty much the same. So we're going to go over this and show you how it's done. First thing you're going to do is you're going to unbox your wheel. It comes in either silver or black. You're going to get this spacer, put this right in. Next thing you're going to do is take your floating caliper, put that in. Take the 3 titanium coated rotor bolts, put those in loose. The reason why you have to do that is because you cannot put the caliper on the rotor with this small wheel, so you're going to have to lift it up like this. We recommend that you tape all around this wheel. Next thing you're going to do is take your caliper, and there will be usually a piece of rubber in there. Take that out, take the caliper, slide it in, just like this. Next thing you're going to do is take your axle, remove one of the nuts, and you're going to take the left side fork and put the axle through the hole. Tighten these up. They just have to be finger tight. Okay, so now we have the NCY adapter that we're going to put on. In your kit, you have 2 black spacers. These spacers go in between, and you're going to use the 2 8mm socket cap bolts that came with the kit. It's the only 2 that comes with the slam kit. Line it up, put it finger tight. The reason why you're going to put this finger tight is because you are going to have to take these out once you get everything completed and use red Loctite. Next thing you have is the 2 left. You're going to line this up. Finger tight. Once you have that done, you should have this piece left, and you should also have the Speedo hub. Flip this around, push this through, put this on. Pay attention to this part right here. It actually goes right in here. Just like this. If you notice here, there's 2 holes on each one of these sides of the axle. It's for a cotter pin that NCY does not include. We recommend that you use a cotter pin or some safety wire. Also take notice that this rotor should be in the center of the caliper. Next thing we're going to show you is the Speedo cable. You should have in your little bag a screw. You put the screw in. Take note of this little slit here. You can install it just like this. Make sure it fits inside the slit. As you tighten it, it's going to put the O-ring and squeeze it inside. Also, these little pieces right here, these little indentions, this is where the fork slides into the triple tree, and this is where your bolt goes into. It must fit inside here, and that's what actually holds this. This usually is flush with the top of the triple tree. Your top bolt goes here, and the other bolt goes here. When you install this, you can either do it this way and slide this into the triple tree, but you will have to put some 4x4s underneath your frame, or you can install these first and then put the rest of this stuff while these are hanging down. Right, this is going to be in a white box. It's probably going to have a little plug in here. This is your master cylinder. You can have all this other stuff, these little bolts. So, I'm going to show you how to hook this up. This right here is your brake switch, and this little tip is going to go right into here. You're going to take this small screw, put it in, and use the screwdriver. Tighten it up, and it should stay. Here's your lever. This lever goes in, and it's going to press against this piece. So, you're going to put this in like this. And then you're going to have to use your, I believe it's a 10mm. So you screw this in. All the way done. And we'll show you, once it's done, you're going to put this little nut on the end. This is where your mirror goes. And you have 2 sets of banjo bolts. One of them is going to be for the caliper, and one of them is going to be for your master cylinder. And this is how this comes. So, what they recommend is using this end here. This one right here has the rubber that gets moved up. And this one, you take this off, and you're going to put this like so. We've also seen a lot of people actually put it in like this and cut this off. You're going to take one of these, put this on like this, that, this, and screw that in. That's what this is for, to prevent it. You're going to tighten this up. This is your bleeder valve. You're going to tighten that up, and that's an 8mm. Put the cap on. Put it on the handlebars. If you have stock handlebars, we're going to show you what to do so you don't have to use the little button that's included. We'll be right back. So NCY gives you this. It's a start button, kill switch, the plug to plug into your OEM plug, which it is junk. Take this, throw it in the trash. So you have your master cylinder, and what we see a lot of people do is they actually turn this all the way so that it's like this, so they can at least squeeze this. There's a better solution than that. What you're going to do is you're going to take this off, and we'll show you an easy fix. So we just put it on to show you some demonstration, because this actually holds your throttle tube in there. So you have to have this, or you have to get an aftermarket one. If you get an aftermarket one, now you have to get a new start button. So here's the fix. You take, and naturally yours is not going to be powder coated black, it's going to be silver. You're going to take a hacksaw, and you're going to put this in a vise and make 3 cuts. You're going to cut this way, and this way. Cut this off. Then you can take some sandpaper, buffing wheel, polish it up if you want. You don't have to. Once this is gone, you're going to lose this, which is your brake switch, because you already have one here. And this does plug right into the stock OEM, and it's even the same colors. So you're going to lose this. Now, if this wasn't there, you'd be able to squeeze this fully extended if this was closer here. Pretty simple, saves you a lot of money, and you still have your stock throttle control. And if you want to put your mirror back on, you can put it in here. We'll be right back, and we're going to show you how to completely finish it. Next thing we're going to show you is how to install the brake line and the kit. We have 2 of these. One of them is going to go on the master cylinder. The other one's going to go here. You're going to take this protective cover off. Put one of these crush washers on. Put the other one on the other side. Take out this protective cover. Install this. Be very careful with this. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on this. Say number 12. Just tighten it up. They will break. Personally, what we do is we use a banjo fitting bolt instead of this, because there's already one here. It's a M10 by 1.25. Most motorcycle shops are not going to have these, so go online, and we do carry them in stock. Once you do that, you're going to take off your protective cover, tighten this up, fill up your master cylinder. Once that's installed, you're going to use your number 8, and then you're going to bleed your brakes. Once that's done, you're going to use your red Loctite, and you're going to take each of these out one by one, put the Loctite on, and tighten them up. Do that for all 4 of these bolts. Take this off, put red Loctite. Same thing with the other side. Red Loctite, what we like to do is tighten these up, spin the wheel, make sure that the caliper is in the middle of the rotor here, or the rotor's in the middle of the caliper. Once you tighten these up, make sure that there's some friction, and then back it off a half a turn, and when your Loctite sets, it will be dried and it's not going to go anywhere. Be sure to put your cotter pins in as well. Hope this helps you out.